Let's see. There you are. How you doing? See, yeah. That's why.
That,
That's why you weren't. You weren't. You're not. Well, I don't know. You weren't nasty, but you weren't. You're a night. You're an evening guy, JB. So I think your brain doesn't really get active till about 3 or 4 in the afternoon.
Later than that.
Yeah, interesting. Well, I mean, like again, I've asked you. I find sleep very fast. I remember when I had asked you this question when I was quite young about sleep. I mean, so much of our existence, right, is it's half our life we're sleeping for the most part. But yeah, so I mean, have you all were you always like this? Do you remember? I mean, when you were a kid, were you always staying up late?
Yeah, but I would. Yeah, but I wouldn't get up till around 10 or so. But late person.
Right. Right. Now, would Reenie and Louie, would they come? Did they even give a shit? Would they knock on your door in the basement to make sure you were going to bed, or they didn't care because you were getting good grades or good marks?
Sometimes they did. Sometimes they didn't. It was.
Yeah, interesting. Yes. So you would be like all these kids around the world now. Well, I don't know if you'd be playing, but they play video games. Like your great nephew would Tyler would play video games until 3 in the morning if it wasn't if my wife didn't stop him. Right, all these kids just play their video games, but you didn't have that option. I mean, what would you do? You'd just be reading, or what would you do when you were younger?
Yeah,
What would you?
yeah.
Yeah. All right.
Reading.
Yeah, interesting. I'm just for me, yeah, me. It's I'd say since I've turned phew, 25. I mean, I don't ever remember really being a late person. I mean, we had video games, but not to the extent, right? We had that Atari and all that where you didn't have the handheld applications, but I never stayed up late. I've always been. It's interesting. If yeah, I need to read that study more. I haven't had time. Did you see the barbecue? I sent you just the two videos. Did you see it?
What barbecue?
When we're done with this conversation, right? I send you on WhatsApp. I send you a link, a YouTube link to my shenanigans, what I've been up to here here in Asia. And so you click the link and you see the video. So it's summertime, right? It's the same latitude, this city, as Chicago. So it's summer. It's August. It's the dog days of summer here, and it's they've got barbecue. The barbecue is phenomenal, but how much of that can you eat? Like, as I get older, I can't eat. It takes a while for me to digest meat, right? So I can eat it once in a while. Like yesterday, I had the lamb is outrageous. Um, do you eat lamb?
Yeah.
Yeah. So they give it, it's all on sticks, on little skewers. That's how they barbecue it. It's very quick. And the lamb here, because of the high plains, right? The Mongolian plains, the steeps, right? It's like the cows for us in the Midwest, with these goats and these lamb, and oh, it's so tasty. But how it's a fattening meat, I think. And how much I can't eat that every night. I'd like to, but I just my stomach right now is I've had to go to the crapper about 4 times already this morning because it's spicy and it's just so good. And then I had play that video after we have our conversation, and then they do oysters. Jay, they barbecue the oysters. You can see it right in the video, and I mean, I'm just of course, I'm always doing the economics of what I got. So yesterday I spent on about 4 oysters, delicious, 4 grilled oysters, and 5 lamb skewers. Guess how much that was in well, from translating from Chinese yuan money to US, but guess how much in US dollars for 5 lamb skewers and 4 oysters? What would you think? First off, how much do you think that would be in Chicago?
In Chicago,
Yeah.
I don't know about. Yeah, it would be somewhere in the 20s.
Yeah, that's pretty good. I mean, even though you haven't, you've been in bed for 3 years, I would say, yeah, 25, good. That's a good guess. $25 to $30 at least, right? Pre-tax. It cost me about $4 or $5 here for all of that. Unbelievable. I mean,
Great.
yeah, I mean, it's the difference of economies. Economies, I get it, but I mean, $4 or $5 for, it was probably. I mean, it's a delicious meal. I mean, it was just, yeah. So you play that video. It's great. It's right in the heart of the city. This little, they have like between the buildings. It's a little courtyard, and they just have about 20 stalls of barbecues, right? So it's yeah, just
Hold
fantastic.
on, hold on, hold on. I'm
All right.
getting my.
Yeah. Is that one of your lovely nurses? They're all so nice to you, Jay. So you got to be nice to them. Have you got? Have
Thank
you?
you. I got it.
All
I
right.
got it.
Yeah.
Sugar,
Yeah,
one.
yeah.
Okay.
Did you get new glasses, JB? Those are nice.
So they're the same one I've had for years.
Oh, okay. Those look nice. Yeah. Did you? I know you don't care what you're eating now, but did you? I've never known you that you weren't a very big sugar guy throughout life, right? You didn't eat much sugar.
What's that?
I said, I know now you don't really care what you eat, but I never knew you to eat much sugar when I was younger. You never did eat much sugar, did you? Which is good.
No.
Yeah. Which is good. They say sugar's the number one killer in the world. Right? Unrefined sugar, right? Yeah. So that's another reason I think Asians they never had a sugar, right? Sugar was always a delicacy for like the rich, right? The wealthy would always have sugar. So Asia, they just never really. It's not part of their culture, their cultural diet. So that's another reason why they're generally slim people, right? They just don't, and they live long. They don't eat the amounts of sugar that we do in the West. From Dunkin' Donuts. No, I'm saying for all the chain stores from Dunkin' Donuts to all that crap that we eat in the West.
Yeah.
Yeah. What did you any DoorDash food or no this week?
Let's see here. This week, a little bit of everything.
Good. That's good. Now you said your crazy sister always used to order Asian food. I don't know the scientific full name of it, right? I think it's Magno whatever, MSG, right? But then you told me that a little MSG isn't bad for you or it's not a bad substance, MSG.
No, no.
Yeah, but isn't it? I thought it was a chemical. I didn't think it's not a natural.
Everything's a chemical.
Yeah, true.
Everything's.
Right, everything. Well, true. A compound, I guess. Yeah, sure. All right. Well, what are you doing? I'm looking at your hand. What are you doing?
I'm trying to make
Oh,
ice cream.
ice cream. All right, good. That's the one thing I don't eat. I don't find ice cream tasty. I've kind of removed it from my diet. But I remember, I mean, that generation, Louis, Rainey, my other grandparents, everybody used to eat. We all screamed for ice cream. But I just don't find it. Your great nephew Tyler likes to eat it, but I don't eat it that much. I've kind of vanquished it, I guess, from my diet. So, all right, buddy. So this time in 2 weeks, I'm finally getting back into the classroom. So I'm excited. Hopefully, it goes out. It already goes down without that much of an issue. Again, like my Chinese is okay. It gets me through my life. However, the intricacies of like banking, so I've got to make sure my bank account is coordinated with my direct deposit from my university. So that my Chinese, I still need my wife for that because I don't know the words for that, right? And then medically, it's always right. I mean, it's different language in your own language, right? That's why people go to business school and medical school, right? So it's hard to do that. But other than that, I think and renting. I need to rent an apartment. That's kind of that's difficult when you don't speak the native language, right? So. But other than that, I think it will go off without a hitch. But I'll talk to you a couple more times, right, before I get situated. So this city's got 500,000 people, Jay, which is big. But where I'm going, right, the capital of the province is 8 million people. So it's like it's gonna be on steroids, right? I like it, but sometimes it just becomes too much, right? There's just too much going on. So we'll see how it is in a couple weeks. All right, buddy. Well, enjoy the night. I'll give you a call in a couple days then, JB.
Thanks.
All right.
I'll see
Enjoy your ice cream. I'm enjoying looking at the ceiling while you're fixing your ice cream. All right. I love you, JB. I'll give you a call in a couple days then. Look at the videos above when we're done. All right. Bye bye. Love you, buddy. Bye bye. Bye bye.